is this mentality. I used to be there. I know everything. See, that's why they don't like me, because I know everything they know and I know what they don't know. So they don't like me because I can expose all the things they are doing, but they cannot reveal what I know. That's the problem. Because in Nigeria, we have a forum where all fathers gather, and I'm a member. And that forum, you can't join until you are invited. There are just about 120 of us. The whole of Nigeria. I'm a member of that forum. And when I started preaching the message of Christ, I was invited by the fathers. Whoever you know is a father in the forefront in the Nigerian ministry, they are all there. And I'm among them. So when I started preaching this message, and it was going all over Nigeria, they became agitated. So they summoned me. They wrote me later that I should come and explain this nonsense I'm preaching. And their intent was that they wanted to label me nationally a heretic. So I prayed and I prepared a 440-page defense of what I preach. The coordinator of the forum is very close to me, okay, because he too preaches the grace message. If you know Bishop Mike Okonkwo, okay, it's close to me. So Bishop Mike called me and said, Abel, how are you preparing to face these guys? I said, don't worry, sir. It's not an issue at all. There are more serious issues than that. So he said, so what are you going to do? He said, how many hours will you need? I said, 2-3 hours will be fine. Then I said to him, I've prepared a 440-page paper. He said, no, Abel, they will sleep. It's too big. So I compressed it to an executive summary of about 40 pages. And then we came that night. Everybody was seated. And I stood up before all of them. I mean, whoever is who, from Pastor Adeboye down, they were all there. So I began with principles of Bible interpretation. Then I went into the concept of grace from Genesis. I traveled down to the epistles. When I finished, I said, this is what I go around the world preaching. Any questions? Any questions? So one of the fathers stood up, Abel Damina, very elderly man, maybe 70. Supposing a man is committing fornication and is born again and the trumpet sounds, will he go to heaven? So all of them said, answer, answer, answer. They thought that was a serious question. So I stood up and I said to them, in Bible teaching there are no yeses or no's, there is explanation. So let's go through scriptures. I began to throw the scriptures one by one and one by one and one. When I finished, I said, that's the position of scriptures, I rest my case. And the man said, no, I need a yes or no. So Bishop Mike stood up and said, you need a yes or no? Let me answer you. If a man is truly born again, has the Holy Spirit, and gets into fornication mistakenly, and the trumpet sounds, he's in heaven one time. But a man that is born again won't go around committing fornication. So after all of that, one of the main fathers stood up and said, that presentation, if I had the powers, I would have given you a PhD for just this presentation. Then he said, well, we adopt this into the minutes. Every one of you fathers, go and study it. Let the Holy Spirit open it up to you, and you can teach it in your churches. There's nothing false in this message. Let's go for dinner. And they wrote the minutes. I have copies of it. Do you understand?
Yes.
So the message of Christ is critical, and it will attract all those kind of things.